Hi, it's Natalie from VidVersity, and I just want to take you through at a real high level the platform, which is a cloud-based platform to make interactive videos really with a focus on learning. So as it says, there's 3 steps. You create your video. Now you can create your video with our app, so that's a phone app that you can get in the Play Store and iTunes. Alternatively, you can create it with anything really. You could create it by capturing a webinar, you could create it with a camera. Once you've got it, you go into this upload and you upload the video. If you're in an iOS device, you can actually also record from your screen. Once you've uploaded the video, it might take a while to upload, depends on your upload speed. You'll get an email to say it's been uploaded. Now, once you've uploaded a video, let's assume you've been to a conference or you've got a video of a quite long seminar, and the first step you want to do is you want to create it into something more interactive, so you break it down into chunks. The first thing you do is you create a course. And I'm aware I'm in the way here, so you create a course and you call it, let's just call it Conference 2019. You can choose a file if you want. You can put keywords to make it searchable, and you can say who the presenter is. Also, can the learners skip the chapter? Yep. So we've just created a course shell. Nothing in there. It's literally a course shell. But now we'd like to do something, put some stuff in it. What do you put in it? Well, you always start with video, and that's what VidVersity is about. It's not an authoring tool that you start with text and add additional material. You start with video, and then you add the stuff around it, so the questions and interactions. So let's go and create a chapter. So I'm going to go in and find a video that I've already done. So here's some videos. This is a video of somebody I filmed presenting at a conference. This is quite a long video, and what you do is you watch the video and you say, I want the first chapter to start there. You say mark in. You go along to wherever the natural point is that you'd like it to stop and say mark out, and you call it whatever you want. So let's call it, you call it chapter 1 for instance, and then you click cut and save. And after you've done that, you're going to end up with all of these little chapters. And what you do is you tick in the boxes once you've built them all or created all these chapters. You go down to here and you send it to our Conference 2019. Click on Add. And now you'll see very quickly what was once a 1 hour of video. By editing it, we've broken it up. We've sent it over to here. And if I click on Publish, even without doing anything else, I've now created something I can deliver via a learning management system or a share link. A share link is a URL. I can track if the learners have done it. I've made the information much more engaging because instead of just one video dumped, I've now broken it into chapters, and it looks something like this. Now bear in mind, depending on your organisation, you can white label this, so you can put in your own logo and whatnot. But see, we've broken it down into chapters, and now the learner can go to the part they want really quickly. Now inside each of those chapters, I'll unpublish that. You can go in and you say edit and log. Inside each one of those, I can start doing some things. So I can add questions. So if I wanted to add a question, I might say the question is, this is fun. I'm going to let the learner have one attempt. I'm going to give them some feedback. Yes, it is. 3 kinds of questions. We can do true or false, multiple choice or multiple choice answer. So that means there could be more than one answer in the multiple choice. Click on save, and you just simply decide where you'd like that to appear. So by dragging it along the timeline, I want that to appear at 9 seconds. Click on the tick, and a question's now going to appear. We can do the same with resources, which is links to documents, or we could do a link to a URL. The main thing to be aware of here is we could say click to open, whatever it might be. We could choose a file, so we can say I want this person to have a look at a particular document. Click on save. Now the thing to be mindful here is if there's a tick in the box, it's going to stop the video and the learner will have to look at the resource before they can move on. If you don't tick in the box, the resource is going to be available in the resource library but will not stop the video. So that's if you wanted a whole lot of material but you actually don't want the video stopped. Again, you decide when that would appear. Let's make that at 5 seconds. you'd actually be deciding where it appears based on the video. It would make natural sense. So the person might have said, oh, I refer to this document or this policy. That would be a good time to stop the video and have the policy pop up. The next step is you can add notes. Notes are really very, very handy. So what notes do is that I always say, let's just put this is a great tool. So what a note is, and you have to be able to spell, there is a spell check there. What a note is, again, it's going to pop up on the video, but they aggregated all the notes and then you can have a printout at the end. Now, why this is important is when we're learning something, our brain can't remember everything. So a part of a good sort of educator is to bring out the key points and say, this is what you've got to remember from this element. You won't be able to necessarily remember everything, and you probably can recall it or revisit it. But the notes is, this is the stuff you must have remembered. These are the key points. And that's what an educator should be doing when they're thinking about delivering education. You can put subtitles. Subtitles is the person's name, so that can be going along the bottom. And finally, you can add slides. And I'll just put some slides that I've already put in here. So we'll put in, I'll just make one up. There we go. Slides are PowerPoint slides that you've previously uploaded and prepared. So let's just have a look at what we've done to this one. So we'll go up here, and a couple of things before we go and deliver it to our students is under navigation, we decide if the learner can skip the chapter or not. Tracking. If we're going to be putting this into a learning management system using SCORM, we can decide if we're going to track by the questions, the chapters, or a combination of the two. And then we can put a score. So if they have to get 80% of the questions right, put that in 80%, and then when you put it to your learning management system, they'll have to get 80% of the questions correct before it's deemed a pass. We've got LTI if you use LTI instead of SCORM, and finally we have a share option too. Share option is, currently it's not shareable, but by clicking on that we've just made a link that makes it shareable, that anybody in the world can see. Alternatively, you can use our private share link, which is like a sort of mini LMS, and that allows you to add users. So you'll put in their email, first name, last name, or alternatively you could upload a .csv of all your staff. And what happens then is the learners get an invite to do the course, and when they've completed it, you can get some data. And I'll show you how that works in a moment. But let's publish this course. So what have we done? We videoed someone using our phone at a conference. We uploaded it into here. We've edited it into chapters and edited out the parts we don't want. We've then created a course, and then inside the course we've put these elements to make it engaging for the learner. Okay, so what have we done? We've added some slides, we've added some content. Let's have a look at what it looks like. So we've published it, and we're going to preview. So instead of it just being video, it's now got a slide at the front page. And I think it's kind of useful to put a few slides and a bit of text in there to help the learner navigate their way through. And I just think it looks good. So this is a front page. We've added a next button. So a bit of an overview of the course. And then we're straight in. And now we're watching the video. Here's a note that's popped up on the screen. So the learner's being told this is something pivotal for you to remember. We go back to watching it. Here's a question. So the learner's having to engage with it and actually answer some questions and test their knowledge and move forward. That's how the video now works. If the learner wants to go straight to this part of the chapter, over here where it says revisit material, they can go straight in by clicking on that. So they no longer have to do the linear learning, they can go to the parts they're interested in. Now, one of the other things to be mindful of is learners are going to say, oh, there's all these great links throughout it, but I want to find them again. Where are they? Well, under the resources library, which is here, all the resources, which we only put one in, would be lined up here so you could get access to all of them again. And the same goes with notes. All the notes that are put into a course are aggregated here and you can print them out. So we've only got the one here. So we've taken this from what was a fairly passive learning experience into something very interactive and engaging.